Yeah, thank you very much, Prime Minister. Can I thank Nick for inviting us here today? This is a remarkable story, a remarkable business. As the Prime Minister says, it's a place that's created remarkable products, high-skill, high-quality products to sell not only across this country but to the world. And it all starts here, and we had the great fortune of meeting the apprentices that are downstairs, learning their skills and creating these remarkable pieces of jewellery. We met a number of apprentices, but one story in particular stood out for me, and I think for the Prime Minister, talking with Greg, in fact the youngest apprentice at the establishment, who told his story about what he wanted to do, whether he was going to go to university or whether he could go into this really important, highly skilled area of work. And he found himself going to TAFE, a place not far from here, which actually trains students in this area. But what's the missing ingredient, if you don't have it, is an employer to take on those apprentices at that TAFE. And there are a number of TAFE students that are here, including Greg. He wanted to work with his hands, he wanted to learn a skill. He said his dad was a tradie. He thought about taking a university path, but he chose a vet path to this place and is now helping to produce remarkable products, as I say, at a very high end. And that story really is a story of the vet sector students across the country. The Prime Minister and I are also here because we want to acknowledge the beginning of National Skills Week. This is a time to celebrate the diverse skills that we have in this country, like the ones that are on display with this company. So, as the Prime Minister said, Nick really is an exemplar as an employer, because not only is he responsible for such remarkable products, he's making sure that young people are able to access his workplace and learn their trade, learn their skills. We've got 4,100 jewellers in this country. When Nick started in this area, there were very few. Most people bought imported jewellery and didn't really think we had the capacity and the skill set. Well, not today. It's clear from coming here how remarkable those products are, and indeed the skills that are there. Can I just finish on this point? It is not a coincidence that the Prime Minister and this government wanted to introduce as the first piece of legislation the Jobs and Skills Australia. That is an independent body advising the government as to what skills are in need now and what skills will we need in the future. That will be advised and informed by employers and unions and universities and the vet sector, state and territory governments. We want to make sure we are able to invest wisely in areas where there are skill shortages. And we know the skill shortages are very significant across the economy, across the labour market, and so it's a priority of the Albanese government to invest in skills, invest in our own workforce and invest in those students coming through, along with, of course, dealing with the skilled migration pathways. It's really important for employers to get the skills they're crying out for. It's very important that working people have the skills in demand so they have secure jobs and a career progression. And it's also important for consumers, because a skilled labour market is a productive labour market, and a productive labour market means downward pressure on prices. And at a time of relatively high inflation, ensuring a productive, innovative labour market and economy will mean a better standard of living for all Australians. So very happy to be here today. Great to be at this fantastic Australian business. It's an exemplar, and it really is a showcase on National Skills Week. Thanks very much.